Are ready to start now. If you want to join us, please come in. We will have a little talk between the two of us, and then we open it up, and you can ask questions in English or German or French or whatever. We try our best. So this is Gregory Maqoma. I can't do the click. I can't do the. But my revenge is that my name, Renate, starts with an R, which you have difficulties to do, so we can start it from there. Yeah, okay. So first of all, I want to ask you about this performance. This has been running for some time, and you have been performing it in a lot of different places. And what is your experience with it?
Yeah, having done it for 4 years now, since 2007, we just never get tired of it, because it just evolves as a piece. We continue to pick up on changes in politics in the world, and it evolves with the world. Whatever change that happens around us, it gets picked up in a piece somehow. And every time it's a special offering. It never stops to be emotional.
But does this mean that you also improvise a lot during the show?
Yeah, we leave a lot of room for the music and for the movement to breathe and to remain fresh. We work with 3 disciplines, basically. One of a rigid structure, and one of freedom within structure, and also the one with finding freedom within the discipline. So it's working around those 3 elements.
Actually, watching you, I sometimes thought, who is driving who? Are the musicians driving you, or are you driving the musicians? Because it seems to be so interwoven. It's a play between the two of you.
Yeah, I think it's a communication between the music and the dance, and it's taken really from the African context, where you can't separate the music from the dance, or the dance from the music. So we continue to influence each other. Sometimes they drive me, sometimes I drive them. Though initially, when we started conceiving the work, I was basically the score to the music. Because when they came in, the cellist and the violinist were used to reading a score. And so when they came in, they demanded the score. And I said, this is the score, and the movement will be the score. So that's how the music got evolved from them using the body and my movement as a score. So they really for the movement, but also influenced a lot by them. Sometimes they jam on their own and something nice comes out. And I start improvising with it, and it finds its way into the piece. So we continue to influence each other.
If you're talking about influencing each other, if you perform this in Africa, can you jam with the audience more than in Germany, for example?
No, absolutely. Yeah, because the issues involved are taken really from a colonial history, and largely in Africa. And so people recognize the names. They recognize also my struggle with just identity in the work, and it's the same struggle that they find themselves in. So I'm largely responding to our circumstances. So it's not only my journey as an artist and my response as an artist, but it's also I'm responding on behalf of the continent.
Yes, and you are responding while going back to the past several times. So Wole Soyinka, in this interview, or whatever it is, the long speech is by Wole Soyinka, the Nobel Prize winner, the Nigerian author, who also did theater plays, by the way. And he says the past is not dead. And you have this scene where it seems like you are exorcising some names in the past, from the past, and from the present also. You also mentioned Gaddafi later, but then you also say, what would we be without our past? So can you elaborate a little bit on that?
In exploring, I think, the future and the present, we can't do that without acknowledging, the past, the colonial history in the continent, in forging forward. I think in this work, I look at the past, not to forget the atrocities that most of the leaders that I mentioned have left as a legacy in Africa. And for me, it's to say we can't forget that in forging forward as a future. We can't repeat what has happened in the past. And largely what is going on, also in my own country, in most of the countries in Africa presently, it's exactly what our colonial powers have done. So it's the never-changing exercise. And so for me, it's really going back and saying this has happened before. It's still happening today, and we're doing it to ourselves. And that's my acknowledgement of that past history. But also with that, I want to move forward. I want to forge forward in response to all the things that the others have been there, and they somehow continue to live with us.
So they are still around and they still have that influence? Is that what you were saying?
We live with that influence, I think, largely so. Part of our, this part of our suffering in Africa, it's not only now, it's many centuries of reoccurring histories. So these histories continue to reoccur. And so for me, it's like the past is not dead, it continues to be able to. It's us, as the generation now, to take charge, to take control, and respond directly. And to the present, I also acknowledge the past.
Talking about your own past, as a dancer and a choreographer, you have been working with a number of people from other cultures. You have been working with Akram Khan, you have been working with Sidi Larbi Shabawi, you have been working with Faustin Indiekule, who's not so far away actually, and other people. And in this work here, Beautiful Me, you seem to bring together all these different influences and melt them into the beautiful you.
Yeah, I think the beauty about this work is it's not just me interpreting my own dreams and aspirations of the other being my collaborators. But it's also that it's about the work on our egos, even as artists, who came into this process with me. It was for them letting go of themselves into, and it was for me also to tap in with a lot of respect into their language and to understand. So it was not just for them to come into the space and give me material. I've spent 2 years following them, basically, and in studios and residences all over, and taking part in their processes, in their works, so that I can gain a deeper understanding of their knowledge and of their cultures and tradition, and the past and the present.
And they probably got a deeper understanding of the culture you come from.